Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the land where I spend way too much time doing what I do for you, but the rewards is great because I'm starting to see some good things. So let's go. This is what I do for you. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking, I just got a word that maybe I'm a black evangelist. We discuss that later, but yeah. Right thinking mission, sorry, but PSA. Right thinking is a way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself, and as a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. And I ask the question, do you know you? When I'm done, you will. So it's rhetorical, but if you're not asking for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. That's what I do. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I'm back. Tree of life. I got a lesson here that I gave about a few years ago now, but it's relevant to what I'm talking about right now. So for those who've been around a while, you might remember this, but it's going to be done a whole lot different. Trust me. Because when I read this a while ago, I was still, so I done figured a few things out. I'm a little more secure. So let's have some fun. It's a good lesson. Might take a little while, so get comfortable. All right. Right, let's talk about introduction to the philosophy of Neteru and the tree of life of the Anunian Theurgy. Remember that word? It takes me back. This is like an old lesson, but I'll try if I can dress it up a little bit for you, for those who don't know. Now, in the last lesson, I started this book a few years ago, took through the whole book. So this is lesson 2. I'm going to take it out right now. In the last lesson, we did an overview of previous series, again, following up, that we had done, and we called the introduction to the Anunian Theurgy. Theurgy is spelled Theurgy. And that class, you learned about the oldest theurgy in human history. Say it again. The oldest theurgy in human history and the earliest known religion. And this was not the earliest philosophy, understand, of ancient Kemet, but it was the earliest completely espoused and codified form of religious philosophy. Again, it's a philosophy. It's based on principles. Follow me now. The Anunian Theurgy and the god then was Ra is the central figure of the Theurgy story, the mythology, and high god, most god, high god, whatever, okay. But he's the supreme being, Ra. He's the ultimate cause of everything that exists, and everything branches out from Ra as like an upside down tree. That's hence the tree of life, okay, where the roots are the sun discs and in the sky, and the branches are the sun rays reaching down to earth as if extending out, not just to earth, but throughout the physical realm. Amun hidden, Ra seen throughout the physical world. Amun still hidden, why? To the physical world. You don't come here. Now, in the fact that roots are what? The transcendental worlds in the noon. Remember the noon? and then came into what? Physical realm, which you call the Ta, the Pet, and the Duat, the 3 realms. But remember, now I'm taking you to inside your head. I'm in your head right now. The Noon is inside your head. Stay with me. This is the realm of the Noon. And it is what? Undifferentiated consciousness. I mean, a whole bunch of stuff is up there. AKA, everything is available to you there. You just don't know how to access it, AKA the Akashic Records, information. But you have it in you, okay? Start with that. Now, that doesn't know, your consciousness doesn't know anything, okay? It doesn't do anything. Idle mind is who? My man's workshop. And just sitting there, it's just there, your consciousness, okay? It's there until what? Now, you got to what? Activate it. It is not any kind of form. It does not care about holding any kind of shape. And it's just there. And then some kind of impetus, a thought. Everything started with what? A thought. Remember, he's the physical part about the realm, and he self-created himself and came into existence. That's the story. But that's another creation story. But he's part of the Trinity of God. He's the last part. He's us. And what's this? Impetus was applied, and now the substratum of existence begins. Ding, ding, ding. All the undifferentiated matter that's inside your head, remember, we're still in the mind, and there, what? The matter, which is previously undifferentiated, begins to what? Take on various shapes and forms, sizes, and functions. Right there. Functions. The gods and goddesses in principle are just functions. These impetus that causes changes in your undifferentiated matter and cause it to what? Become differentiated. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. We call that cosmic forces. Luke, use the force. Remember that. That's going to come back. I put that out there for a reason. Subliminal messaging. Watch this. Now I'm giving you ancient information. We talking about the force. Remember the force, all right? It's cosmic forces. And the concept was, remember, the concept of being related here, that's being related, is what? That the extension of Neteru through the Neteru, the Neteru, Supreme Being, branches out into what? His creation by means of the cosmic forces. Watch this. Neteru, we call them. That is elements of nature. That is what? The basis of the Anunian Theurgy, creation myth. You hear me? Creation myth. You can philosophize, you can mythologize it, you can allegoricalize it, but it's not literal. Why? We wasn't there. Moving on. In the beginning, everybody got in the beginning. Everybody got a creation myth, story, whatever you want to call it. Okay, moving on. And the foundation of the concept now behind the tree of life of the Anunian Theurgy, that's what we're going to study right quick. And it's all about taking aspects that was gifted to an animal by God and you emulating it and becoming like that. Okay, are you ready? You put your seatbelt on, strap on, let's go. Now, these cosmic forces are governed by, again, principle, Maya, major one, he's the first. And those principles are given names. Maya, balance, rest. Okay, we do that for a reason. Now it's a philosophy. Now you can be learning, you can understand it, and now you can manifest for yourself what the philosophy says should be and how it works. You feel me? Now you got principles which denote the manner in which what said energy of the cosmic forces, cosmic forces operate or manifest. You can use nature to work in your favor. That's what they try to teach you. And you have already been given the name of those principles. I'll break it down in 1 second. In the Anunian Theurgy tree of life, you know what the main names as well as the elements that have, their names already, that's the whole line. Already they are Ra, Aset, Shu, Ged, Tefnu, Asar, Tahuti, Mayat, Hadu, etc. These are all aspects of God, which we given to each name to present the principle or the aspect of your character for that purpose, to learn it. And here we go. Getting ahead again. Slow down. And teach a lesson. Follow along. These are all principles. Again, I base my life on principles and what they call cosmic forces as well as elements. that have taken out from what? The primeval matter, which is God. From an outer sense, an exo, again, the EX mean out. ES mean in. How about that? Outer, inner, upper, lower, same thing. But more information with the esoteric. Why the exo is the top part is what you see. Okay. Ra is the exoteric. Okay. Sense of what? Life. Human beings. Oh, wait, excuse me. Sense of, people may look at this what? Strictly as a religion. Again, anything you practice on a daily basis can be considered a religion. Why? Because you're following it. You practice it. That's what religion means. That's all it means. If you're a Christian, you do Christian religious dogma. Muslims follow the tenets of Islam. Judaism, everybody got their own concept that they follow. That's all. And it should be respected. That's the first thing. Just because you ain't doing what I'm doing, don't make you right or wrong. Quick lesson. There's two men. One believe in God, one don't believe in God. And they're both right. Figure that one out. And watch this. They see it strictly as religion for that purpose. And they always call it a religion. And think of these as actual personalities. We gave them, we brought them to life. I hear people tell me, well, your Egyptian gods ain't for real. I know that. I never said they was. We gave them identity. We animated them. Okay, cartoonized them, whatever. But we know they're not real. Y'all, on the other hand, think the people in the Bible is real. Moving on. And in a sense, they are what? Just like human beings. Why? Because they have personalities that we gave them, but the Neteru are much more than that. Ding, 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 ding. Why? Once you master and manifest them within yourself, you will know. We getting there. Consider that what? Consider that people act in certain ways in society, and we recognize it. What? And we have labels. We label them in accordance of what? Their actions. There we go. Right there. Football fans, okay? If you are a Giant fan and the Green Bay Packers come to town, you're going to rag on the Green Bay Packers. And if you went to Green Bay Packers going to rag on you as Giant fan. And that's okay, understandable. But ain't neither one of y'all a Giant. But so you taking on that identity. When I was so hell-bent, let me tell you for real, I was so involved in that nonsense at one time. When the Giants lost, I would physically get sick. That's way too much involvement for something you get nothing out of but the pleasure. But now at the Super Bowl, as a fan, that was it. It wasn't gonna get no better than that for me, and it haven't. Why? Because I reached the pinnacle of a fan. Why? To win a championship. Everything else, no. I'm a fan. Now that's the last thing that's on my mind. At one time, that was priority. That's what I'm trying to show you. So what we believe, how we feel, that's what we're going to do. And here's another example. Now, for example, you got people, watch this, on Wall Street. Perfect example. That clown we got in the office. I can use any animal, okay, jackass, orangutan, whatever, to what? For his action, he can fit in all them bills. I'll call him the Antichrist. That's another lesson. But yeah, you are what we show y'all. If it waddle like a duck, it quack like a duck, it's a duck. If they do bad things, they tell lies and cheat and steal, they criminal, bad person. They live right, do the right thing, profess to do the right thing, and they do that, they good people. Simple. It ain't hard to label them. Why? Well, they show you what they are. That's why. So let's talk about it right quick. Wall Street. People who like to buy stocks and invest in a lot of things and spend a lot of money. Big ballers. Okay. What they call them? They call them bulls. He's bullish. Yeah. So they call a sire. Okay. What? He had to sire 7 cows. He had to be bullish. Conceptually. But the idea is the bull signifies virility and power and strength. Okay, again. You ain't a bull, but you act bullish. Hope you get the concept. And if you believe or think or act with that kind of energy, that means you're referred to, what, on Wall Street as bullish. Perfect example. Hope you understand it. Let me get back to the lesson. I'm too much talking. And if you like to hang back, now it's a different kind of person who likes to hang back and see what's going on before you invest, you're cautious, they call you the bear. See how they use the animals, characteristics to give it to you for certain instances? The Egyptians did the same thing with the different headdress. Anthropomorphism. We giving you the quality of that animal. That's why only when you see what the falcon head is Ra, Haru, and Asar in the afterlife. Nobody else get to wear that falcon headdress. Why? It means significance, and it's a difference. We are Haru. That's the falcon-headed God after his father. Moving on as a conception. So we are all falcons. And study the peregrine falcon. Fastest, fattest bird going. But that's our spirit. It represents the quality. That's what we use to try to show you. That's what I'm showing you now. So I can use all those different analogies. I hope you get the point across. So you're bullish. Okay, you're bearish when you lay back and, pretty much, we went through. And that's what bears do. They got that quality. That's what they're using. Okay. Now, are you really a bear? No. You are just acting like a bear. A-holes. We aren't really a-holes, but we act like a-holes. See? So we all do it. Understand it. Symbology. Okay. So your force of bearish is a bearish energy. Now you are manifesting what? Bearish concept, energy. You got that. And the Neteru are like that also. Again, how you use them? They carry with them certain energies. You see me do this all the time. That's the spirit leaving, okay? Ra is energy. You are manifesting. Excuse me. Ra is energy. He represents what? Fire, light. Let there be Ra. Fire. That thing up there, that ball of fire. Hydrogen, what a chemical they call it. But man, I'm not no scientific, like none of that nonsense. I ain't trying to be. But I understand the concept. I can make it real simple. That big ball of fire, you get close to it, it's going to burn up. We 90-something million miles away from it. That's how hot it is. And we still get the heat from it. Moving on. But conceptually, that's right. Okay, they knew that. They knew that. And it's still the same. It's been raw since we got there. Now, I said, my favorite, is wisdom. Ding, 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 ding. Shu, we cannot emulate what we can. Breathing, right? Shu is air. Breathe in through your nose. Hold a few seconds. I watched the whole show and man, they got breathing techniques, okay, that would get you where you want to go up here. It is amazing. And guess what? It all works. And then they just haphazardly, no, you practice the stuff that I'm giving you. You see it work. Moving on. Shu is air, wind, etc. But those, again, are energies, are to be understood and what? Mastered by you, the spiritual aspirant, right thinker. And you, the aspirant, should be able to manifest them at will, at your discretion. We're going to get it. Question. I got a question. Do you have it? We'll find out. Moving on. Now, when you talk about the principles, I do it all the time. Why? They're like family to me. Why? You give me a scenario, I give you a god or goddess aspect of supreme wisdom. That's the highest. Supreme means ain't no higher. Supreme wisdom means you know everything you need to know about yourself. Supreme wisdom is knowing thyself to the highest level. And that's what she represents, okay? She can even bring you back from the dead. That's how good she is. And we are talking about the goddess who I said, well, that's my girl, after Maya. And she embodies what? The principle. Remember, Maya embodies the principle of balance, reciprocity, order, all the things that's divine. That's Maya. Aset represents wisdom and principle of what? Of knowledge, of understanding, feeling, and action. And that in a sense, yes, just like the Wall Street personality, act bullish, he is what? A bull. And at the same time, he's really Mark Wright. Whatever his name is also, essentially, especially when you're practicing Maya philosophy, what happens? You are what? Your actions. You are what you do. You do what people see you doing. That's what we're going to remember you for. Okay? What you do. Again, they see your actions. And what's WRIGHT? Good action, you get rewarded. Bad action, you get punished. Simple as that. So to think anything other than that is a waste of time. Black and white. It's going to be that. It's always been that. Who said it got to be together? I just know that's sorry about that. But the whole concept is if it's black, it's white. That's what it is. Deal with it. If they come together, you ain't going to have black and white. No, you got gray. You're going to have this. Moving on. So that's the concept. I prefer being black. I know they like being white. So white's still over there. Black's still over there. That's why you see the Floyd. It's always going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't racial. It's a fact. Moving on. Hope you get the concept. I'm about to get real racial with it. But it just started out racial. Y'all did it. Like my man First Blood, y'all started this. Let's go. Deal with it. Where we at? Okay, your name. Don't make it what the difference your name, but when you practicing my philosophy, you're living what you learn. You have morals. Yes, guess what? Now you are what you do, and as the saying goes, morals are judged by your deeds, aka your IRI, your action. You can talk all the good stuff you want, but what are you doing? I'm not into titles. I'm not into a whole bunch of no. I'm into what you do. Moving on. Oh, yeah. No, I'm down here somewhere. Okay, your deeds. Now, your internal morality is judged. At Judgment Day, this will speak for you. Not this. Not this. They take that and throw it away. Get the concept? And by the expressions of that morality that it's been due, and that determines what? Your fate. Ding, 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 ding. You are the conductor of your orchestra. You are the captain of your, whatever what it is, you are the one who's doing it. A lot of us don't have a clue, and they realize that, well, I should have, I wish I would have, could have, should have. Too late. Moving on. Monday morning quarterbacks ain't won their game. And everybody who fall for the okie doke came back. Why? They didn't make it in. You can't get in with that nonsense. Moving on, that's why. And you the one who determined your fate for what? For your future spiritual evolution. I'm going to stop right here. Oh, I got plenty more, but that's one right there. What it says is you, whatever you did in this life, act of death, you're going to be judged by your actions that you did in this life, and that's going to dictate what happens in the next life. If it was good, afterlife. If it wasn't, back again, reincarnation. It's been like that for a while. I'm going to shut the lesson down, look at the clock, but I'm just getting started. We got a whole paragraph, we got a whole chapter of good information of self-mastery. But you know what? Let's go. So I'm going to be for a minute. Now, the whole idea, let's get to the concept. The whole idea is that as you as an aspirant, right thinker, was to learn what? The principles. That's what I'm doing for you every day. And that would what? Discover those principles where? Within yourself. So I get excited now. This is the juicy part. So I ain't gonna start. I'm gonna end up with this. And truly know it and understand it, and not just intellectually, meaning I can spout off at the mouth verses from the Bible. I can say all that good stuff and ain't living by none of it. It falls hollow. There's no authenticity in your words if the actions don't substantiate them. We always felt that way. I still do. Now, and this is not just to what? Know about them. I just put it out there for you. And to be able to recite verses, okay, the myth, the story, whatever, about them, or to even be able to discuss about them, their history, their exploits, etc. You know all of that. We all know the story. Yeah. But, and this kind of thing, but this is not what we are talking about. To know something, understand it, this is my best part right here. That's why I couldn't stop. To know something is to become one with it. You can't know something by believing in it. Got another for that come too. You got to become it. Do you got it? Right there. Now, answer the question for yourself. Now, I'm just asking the question. When you become one with it, and you learn to what? Express it by what? Living it. Showing it. That means that you, what? Your thoughts have now become it. You become your thoughts. Your words become it. See where we're going with this? And your physical actions will also show and what? Become it. Are you consumed? Yes, I am. But what I do? Yes, that's what it is all about. The three modes of expression are what? And if you were to learn, first of all, learn and know, not believe, know that principle. You now have mastery of it. Hello. Ding, ding, ding. The goal is to master it. Having it, knowing it. No, master it by daily practicing it. You have heard a lot of people who have that gift. Master musicians, football players, athletes, all say the same thing. What? When they're doing it, they don't even know. They just doing it. When they used to ask Gail said how he juke, they asked Barry Sanders, he said, I just feel it. Yeah, it's it. When you got it, you got it. Everybody mimic it. Everybody try. Michael Jordan, I don't even people be like Mike outside Kobe. Moving on. But yeah, he had it. He just perfected it. Moving on. You can do that with yourself. That's the main thing about being self-master. You don't care what somebody else got. Why? If you got yours, they got it. I'll put mine up against anybody. Okay, so that's it. So I'm getting on track. Let me give it to the lesson. But when you do that, when they doing it, anybody who got it, they call it the zone. When you're playing ball, you just can't miss. All those things are God-given talents. When you work on them, then you master them. And you can get paid for them. I ain't got a problem with that. Okay? But what they do is they take that little skill that they got that and think that gives them rule over everybody because they got a little punk-ass talent. Excuse me, but I get annoyed with that. So now they got a bunch of money. Now they got power. Ain't nothing worse than an ignorant person with a bunch of money. Oh, quick question. I got a lesson coming for you. What's the difference between Diddy and Trump? Shh, hold that thought. I got the answer. I got you. But let's throw that around for you. Moving on. I'm about to come. I got a whole bunch of stuff in there. I call it the hopper. I got my book. Man, I've been in the book. I've been busy. So you're the beneficiary of me of doing what I do for you. So let's go. Let me get this lesson out the way. But now you become it. And when they doing it, they are it. And they become it. I just try to explain it to you. If someone was to ask you, what's this? A question about right thinking philosophy, and you have to go look in your book or go back and ask questions, call me up, ask about it, reflect upon it, seek counsel about it. What that mean? That means you haven't become it. I'm just saying, you are still in the effort stage. You still got to put the work in. And it don't happen. I got 35 years doing this. You think somebody can walk up in that the year two figure, well, I know just as much as you do. No, you don't. The lesson for that is out today. When it comes to self-knowledge, call me man Samu, so why? I'm rich, bitch. That's why. I got it. It. Do you? Now you still striving. If you ain't got it, you can still strive for it. Again, I master me. I'm still striving to be the best person I can be, but I got that in my pocket. Like retirement. If you put 25, 30 years in a workplace, you can walk away. Why? You put your time in, you can do what you want to do. That's why when you got it, it can be anything that's beneficial to you. Simple. Make it symbolically mean something for you, and then you work on it. Then you master it. Now, it is what? It's spontaneous. You either do or you don't. It is a spontaneous movement, thought, concept, idea that once you have attained it, it is what it is. Do you have it? I can't stop. I got one more. One more. I promise this next one, last one. Now, and once you have attained it, for those who got blissed out, those who reach those heights in life, we know what it is. And then what? Now you're ready to excel. What's this? That one time you got, once you mastered it, now what happens? You're able to excel at and obtain other, masterships of other things. You can be a jack of all trades, but until you master one, you just wasting your time. So you get mastery of one, because being a jack don't mean jack. Okay, I ain't the jack or nothing. I want to be the master. Simple as that. So you get it, you master it, and you move on. Put it in your pocket. Now I got mastery of that. I know that. Wow, I did it. Moving on. And as you master, as you master it, you also are able to harness that concept I said. Okay, Haru, Tahudi, all those are qualities that's in you that you can harness and use and master for yourself. Hence, know thyself. And if you master all the principles of how about this? If you master the principle, I'm giving you one. I said, start with that one. Then you can harness that principle, you can learn, and you can now harness that cosmic energy, which is what? By the modes of your actions, which is what? These are just supports for your will. And the goddess Net, she's the progenitor of Aset previously. She represents will. Gave you that lesson a while ago. But although right now, that ain't what we talk about. What we're referring to now in her transcendental aspect, that is we talked about previously. On a physical level, Maya, she also represents will and determination. When her husband got sent down the river, she went and found him. When he got chopped in a bunch of pieces, she put him back together. That's will and determination. That's what she exhibits, okay? So she's that fight in you, okay? She's that dog also. And guess what? Her and the ego don't get along. And she even spared him. Because why? Even though we don't get along, you're my brother. That right there, black people. If your enemy is your own brother, you have to forgive him. But if your enemy is of another color, another mother, destroy him. Moving on. But her determination, as well as what? Her clarity, her purpose. She had reason and purpose. This principle of of Aset, I lived the Maya principle so much, I'm noting on that one. But this principle is also related to what? The power that every person is able to harness, to the term of what we call, harness. I'm bad today. Now, every person, right thinker, is able to harness once they have comfort in what? Their own self-knowledge, right there. Once they have security in themselves, and once they gain full understanding of the teachings and the principles, this concept is now related to the term they call MN, and new, which means what? Now you are firm. Or the term is Jed, spelled D-J-E-D. This is about to be fun. Jedi, Jed, warrior, keep that in mind. This is going to be another lesson, so hold on. I got to stop this right here. Okay, so the term being firm or established is called Jed, which means that you are what? Established in your knowledge. That note, I can drop the pen and say, right thinkers, I got plenty more for you. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm back in the book. I'm teaching right now. This is my favorite. I'm comfortable doing this. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. In closing, right thinkers, may y'all let it be 100 miles a day. So I know none of my right thinkers have passed away. I got some good stuff coming for you. I'll be back.